Hello, this will be a video on problem solving in Kama DEI. So the very first step to problem solve is to think of a term or keyword that you would like to have for the situation. So in today's example, I'll be doing a car company. Our organization will be a car company, and our term that we're going to be creating problem solving for would be our new model. It will be called the cheetah. So with that in mind, I will go to under knowledge base. I will go to terms, and then on the top left, I will go to add item, and I will enter the term that I would like. So new car model is cheetah. For organizations, it will automatically default to your organization unless specified. Yeah, unless specified. And don't forget to select the ownership. So a brief overview of the ownership is public, can be seen by everyone, protected, can be seen by everyone in your organization, and private can be seen by everyone in your enterprise. I will select private for this scenario. And then once everything is set up, I will press add item. The next step is to create a knowledge record. We will be creating two knowledge records for this situation, a problem knowledge record and a solution knowledge record. So for the problem knowledge record, you always have to think of in most cases, it will be a person looking for information or a person looking for something. So you always have to consider the situation for the new term that you have just recently created. I will give a very universal example. So when an organization creates something new, people will be looking for information on the new thing. So for example's sake, on the left term, I will put in person, and this will make a lot more sense later on. I'm just going to do this. So the relationship type will be can request information on, and the right-hand term would be the new term that we have just created. So in this case, before I fix everything else, in this case, a person or your customer is looking for information on your new thing. In this case, for our car company, it is our new model, the cheetah. And I will select private again for ownership and press edit. So for our solution knowledge record, we should answer or should help out the problem knowledge record. So in the case of a person requesting information on the cheetah, we or your company can give information on the cheetah. So I is the left-hand term, and the relationship type is instead of requesting information on, you're answering I have information on cheetah. And, sorry. There are several types of solution knowledge records that I could go over. but let's add this first. And I'll show you how they relate to each other. Okay, so new model, the cheetah, which we created a term for. Person is looking for information. We are providing information. Problem knowledge record, solution knowledge record. Now, there are several types to solution knowledge records. So where someone can, the first type of solution knowledge record is called the direct match. So where someone would say, where the problem would be, I have a headache, we could say ibuprofen can reduce headache. So where the problem is stating, I have a headache, the solution knowledge record, the direct match is the left-hand term would be the solution. How is it helping is the relationship type. And the right-hand term would be the problem stated beforehand. So problem is I have a headache. The solution, the direct match would be, again, ibuprofen can reduce headache. And that is an example of the direct match. The second type of solution knowledge record is the synonym type. So the relationship type can be synonym too. So let me just clear this. I just needed to clear the menu. There are a lot of examples for synonym type. I'm just gonna go over how the left-hand term relates to the right-hand term. So in most cases, when you add a keyword, there are different ways to say said keyword. So the left-hand term would be the synonym of the keyword. So you put the synonym can be the synonym of the keyword, and then you'll have the relationship can be synonym to, and then you'll have the keyword. The keyword on the right-hand term has to already have a solution knowledge record in the database. So for example, price can be synonym to quote, right? But then quote would already have a knowledge record that says, I have information on quote. I know it can be confusing, but once you've gone over this a couple times, this will make sense. And this will be a great place to go back to. Okay, now for the third type, which is a noun form. So very similar to the first type of solution knowledge record, which is the direct match. The noun form will have the relationship type would be the solution to the problem. So for example, the The problem would be I am hungry, and the solution would be, for example, apple can reduce hunger. So problem would be I have, I am, and then problem, which in this case is hungry. The solution can help the problem, if that makes sense. So the apple can reduce hunger. It's just in a different wording. And the fourth type is called is a type of. And it will make more sense if I show you the relationship type, which in this case is called is a type of, hence what this last solution record type is called. So is a type of. So the example would be, so a problem would be, I am looking for accommodations, right? And you already have another knowledge record, another solution knowledge record, just the basic one. Like in before I listed examples, so it would be I have information on hotels, right? Then there are many different types of accommodations. So you would, in this case, you would want to provide more than one answer. And this is just setting it up. So then you would have I have, in order to answer, I am looking for accommodations. You'd also have, I have information on hotels, and hotels, hotels, hotel is a type of accommodation. And you could add many more knowledge records with is a type of accommodation to your knowledge base in order to expand that list. So with that, when someone is asking for I am looking for accommodations, you can provide a nice list of answers. So moving on, we would, now that we have provided our two types of knowledge record, the problem and the solution, we need our knowledge record to say something. So we will add an extended data. So we will go to extended data at the very end of knowledge base. We'll go to the top left, add item. We will name it accordingly to whatever will help us remember it. I will just say cheetah text just for simplicity. There are a variety of different types. Most of them are very self-explanatory. Some things to note is that there are types linked, put in quotations, such as link or text. It's just for whether you want it to provide a link or a text. Very self-explanatory. So for a text, or for a link, we would set everything up accordingly and then press add item. And then we would have to remember what our extended data was called. So I named it to cheated text just so I would remember how to find it. We will go to the right hand arrow, click on it. It will open a menu, click on value and provide a value. So this is our newest and greatest model. What I basically provided is what the chatbot's going to say, basically. And once I'm happy with this, I will press save item. Now we will have to link our extended data to our solution knowledge record. So again, far right, arrow, opens menu, go to extended data link, add item. So select the organization to filter and find the name of the extended data and select. And as you can see, it will now say what we wrote down before. Remember to make sure it's on the right company and select the ownership accordingly. And now on to the final step. We'll go to personality knowledge rating. We'll go to persona. Please filter by persona before anything else. Your organization will be defaulted to, and go to select your persona. Now we will have to add and rate our knowledge records. So I always like to type in the keyword, but if you can remember each and if you can type out the entire knowledge record, it's fine as well. So I will start with the problem knowledge record. I'll select it, click it, make sure it's highlighted in red, add and rate. And I will select values for said problem. What values do you think a person asking this question would have for this term or item? I always like to go with awareness, and I feel like people would want to know some information and knowledge. For when someone is looking for information on, I always like to go for these two. So I will always like, and I feel like they would be pretty concerned. So edit. And once I'm done, I press add and exit. And now time for the solution. Go back to the add knowledge record and click on it. Look for it by the term and click on it. Make sure it's highlighted in red and add rate. And your values are going to be will be a positive reflection of the values for the problem. They would be reflections of each other. So when everything with awareness was on the problem knowledge record was -2, in this case for our solution, it would be +2 for both awareness and knowledge. And then once you're done, you add an exit. Now, the two knowledge records are complete and on the database. However, we do need to add them to the chatbot. So in order to do that, we have to copy the knowledge records. We have to copy the knowledge records onto the chatbot. So we will go to copy. Sorry, I'm moving a little too fast. Copy knowledge records. go to, again, your persona and organization should be defaulted to. In this case, we're going to copy to all personalities and all personas. And we will search by a term. You can select both, make sure they're highlighted in green. You can even see them there. And you can remove them by clicking on the trash can. And we will proceed to copy. And now, if you go into your chatbot and you have a sentence with your new term in it, we will provide an answer with the extended data. And that ends the tutorial. Thank you, and have a nice day.